All right, Scorpio, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde reading, January 30th through February 20. January 30th, February 20. Taking a look at the 7 main chakras, starting with the root. All right, so let's see what we get first. Six of Swords in reverse and 4 of Cups. So there's something here that there's a vulnerability that is showing up or could be showing up during the Mercury retrograde period where it's like, I cannot share what I'm feeling because if I do, I'm putting myself out there. It's risky. Either someone's going to leave me, I'm going to be rejected, someone is not going to understand where I'm coming from, they'll criticize me. This is something here when it comes to, especially during Mercury retrograde, when everything is about communication, this feels very much like one of your particular lessons, because Scorpio, you like to keep things under wraps, make things look like everything's okay. And I'm not saying that like in an inauthentic way. It's just that's just how you do. So because you're oftentimes Scorpio, you're introverted. You can be extroverted, but for the most part, when it comes to the deeper things, the well within, you like to keep it under wraps. So remember that expressing yourself during this period is going to be important. It can be pretty revealing for you, freeing for you. I'm getting freedom, liberation, relief. Interesting. I'm feeling relief. So continue to express, do your best to express, use this period of time, use the energy of this period to be able to get you to that next level with how you express yourself. Okay, so let's take a look at the sacral for you, Scorpio. Sacral. All right, we got 4 cards. Whew. Let's do it. Tower in reverse, the Devil, the World. This is some major arcanas here, by the way. 4 of Coins in reverse. Big change in your sacral, Scorpio. Okay. So with the sacral holds several different types of energies. Some of them being the big parts, the emotional energy, there's sexual energy, and there's creative energy. So what I'm really getting from this here is that during this period of time, you'll probably be presented with something, the word that I'm getting is groundbreaking, because it just hasn't happened yet. Okay. And it may happen after Mercury retrograde, but it feels like a buildup towards something here where I see. So with the Devil card, it's something that you, how do I put it? There's something here that you've kind of been like self-sabotaging, right? Because the Devil card can represent a couple different things, and you know, attachment is one of them. We could be really attached to a particular ideal, that, how do I say this? That ideal is going to have to be reinvented with this whole Aquarian energy that we have going on. It feels like you've had something set that, either a vision for the future, something in particular that you really wanted it to turn out a particular way by a particular time, Scorpio, and it probably wasn't even in your best interest. Four of Coins in reverse. You need to let go of control and surrender. That's what this message is here for the sacral. Because, okay, so because the sacral is all about the creative energy, right? And you have been in the mode of creating something very specific that when it doesn't pan out, you're kind of like, what the hell? Why didn't it pan out? And really, it's more about understanding the unfolding of everything. So even though we are magical manifestors, you have to remember that to keep the particular goals, vision flexible, because when you end up co-creating with the universe, you're going to get more than what you even thought that you were going to have. So surrender. Whew, big one. Okay. All right. Well, this came out here for the solar plexus, so we'll leave it. Solar plexus, please, for Scorpio, Mercury retrograde. Solar plexus. Two of Swords in reverse, followed by Nine of Wands. The Empress in reverse. Two of Swords. Okay. So for the solar plexus, oh, this is interesting. You really felt like you burned your bridges somehow. You felt like you burned your bridges. It felt like you were kind of in between a rock and a hard place, and you had to take very specific action, which resulted in I want to say there's, like there's a mother wound here. So perhaps you might have an issue with your mom, or it could be with another female energy, someone who you might have looked to as being really nurturing. But it also, and if that doesn't resonate, the other piece that I'm getting is that because you burned your bridges, something wasn't birthed, something didn't come forward, something didn't come into fruition for you. But you kind of were like backed up into a corner, I feel like. And so when it comes to this, make sure that you forgive yourself. If it is a relationship with someone else, you can also work on forgiveness of them, whoever that may be, whether it is your mom or somebody else. But you want to be able to release this particular energy here. So during Mercury retrograde, this feels like a loop. This feels like something that you continually kind of go back into, whether or not it's like with the same person, but maybe perhaps the same situation repeating itself over again. I hope that makes sense. Heart for Scorpio. Seven of Cups, followed by Page of Cups, pardon me, excuse me, and then Page of Wands. Okay, so this is fascinating too. There's a lot here that you, in the heart center, there's a lot that you're holding on from childhood. So whether that was either like specific judgments where you've kind of made yourself wrong, beat yourself up, right? But it's interesting. I also feel like you hold a lot of positive memories. And it's like you want to return back to certain parts of your childhood that actually felt really, really good. And so if family stuff, childhood stuff comes up for you during this period of time, um, remember, because you know, there's still that youngster part of you, the inner child part of you, make sure that you give yourself some space, some time to be able to explore that inner child's wants, desires, meaning like if you need to have a little bit more fun, if you need to dance, if you need to draw, if you need to laugh more, if you need to go play outside and frolic for 15 minutes, give that inner child the satisfaction of doing that. Okay, because that in and of itself is really healing, because um, you'll be addressing that other part of you that you probably haven't even paid attention to in a long time. Okay. Throat for Scorpio, please. Got a lot of major arcanas. So justice and death. You're going to be shedding a particular layer here, Scorpio, where it's going to reveal you stepping into your power. I almost want to say like in a way like a certain warrior mode, but not like what we're seeing right now with like, social justice warrior, or, someone who's going to be presenting with a lot of anger. But you're going to be stepping into a particular, I'm feeling like either a role or just a general disposition where you feel like you need to stand up. You need to take a stand. You need to, and it's not even so much like, here's my opinion and it's fact. It's more of, this is what I'm seeing and this is the change that needs to happen. And, not drawing attention even to like the negative, but more on creating the positive, which is really how true change is bred. So really interesting stuff. Use your voice to be able to do that, Scorpio, because you're a deep well of knowledge. You're very, you have some really profound things in the depths of you that people would benefit from. Third eye for Scorpio, please. Third eye for Scorpio. Third eye for Scorpio. Third eye for Scorpio. Six of coins in reverse. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So there's something here about not only just being a leader, but being able to almost arm the people that you're leading. This doesn't feel like it's something that has happened yet. I'm not even quite sure it's necessarily, this feels like a bigger thing. This feels like being a role model, being the example, being the person who shares the knowledge, not just motivates, but like inspires. And then therefore all of those who are affected by you, they're going to move forward and it's going to be a really, really big deal. I know this really sounds very specific, for some of you who may watch this video, Scorpio, but with the Six of Coins in reverse, that's the first thing that I'm getting. Okay, so the other thing that I'm getting with this is make sure that also make sure that you don't push your beliefs, push or project anything limiting on other people, even in an energetic way. Meaning, if someone says something to you and you're like, well, I don't even know how you're going to do that. Like you're thinking that, just be mindful of that, that's not you. You don't have to project any limitations onto others. Okay. So watch for that. Be mindful of that. Crown for Scorpio, please. Crown for Scorpio. Eight of Swords. All right, Scorpio. It's interesting. So when I say don't project your limiting beliefs onto others, this is also you possibly taking on what other people may be projecting upon you when it's really not your truth at all. Okay, so with this particular card, you also have to understand that if people do that to you, it's because they see you in a particular way, which may not necessarily be the reality. And the thing is, I think that you know that. I think that you might even perceive that other people view you in a particular way, but you know that there's more than what they see. And you've been holding yourself back for a while because of understanding or figuring out what other people's perceptions are. So the thing is, getting out of this is going to be important because it's controlling you. It has a certain degree of control over what you do, how you do, where you do. So I want you to I don't want to say like make it your goal to get out of this, but I want you to embrace and take ownership over that you can step out of it, that you can be who you are and be completely transparent and still do the things that you set out to do the things that you set out to create. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so good stuff for you, Scorpio. It's like total growth. I'm impressed by the cards that came out for you. So if that resonated with you, please comment below, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.